Welcome to the channel, this is Oblivion, and in today's video we found my road to rank 1 in SDS. In this video I'll be going over my team as well as going through all of my replays. Now unfortunately the past two SD events have not gone well for me. The last SDR I got kinda crushed and didn't do as well as I wanted to. I'd really hoped to hit rank 1, but unfortunately I was quite a ways off. And the SDS before that I was able to hit max score, but unfortunately I did lose. And overall I just wasn't happy with my performance. So for this SDS I decided I was going to make 4 real teams that I had practice with and openings planned for, and hopefully that would make this SDS more fun. Now unfortunately I still made a big mistake because I'm an idiot, so let's go ahead and jump into the replay and I can show you exactly what happened. So my first opponent unfortunately was quite the powerful one. As you can see we have a plus 10 Ingrid, plus 0 Duopini, not that big a deal, plus 10 Duo Dagger, plus 10 Legendary Erica, and a plus 10 Brave Hector. Now, on my side, we have Azura, Athune, Ashe, Atri, and Duo Ike. The problem is that when I was trying to farm Summoner support, I accidentally unlocked the team, and now Athune no longer has DD4, which is a big deal for a ton of matchups. And also, Ike has the wrong positional skill. Now, while that may not seem like a big deal, right there, right when I did this, I immediately recognized that I had messed up, and it completely screwed up my opening, because you really don't want Ike here. You really want Ike here so that he can get into the center. And so now I'm panicking already. And I've already lost the complete center of the area here. So typically Ike is here, he gets repositioned in the center, and then he can contest this area so I can control the box. They have complete control of this box, which is terrible. The good thing is that Hector unfortunately is not running Hardy Fighter, and that means he is dead. And also because Erica is a cav unit, this Trench does an amazing job of protecting Atri. Now the thing is with the Duo Dagger team, that range gets stupid real fast. And so the problem was that I needed to get Atri completely out of the way so that she couldn't get sniped. As well as I want to leverage her as a tool to defeat this team essentially. Now that they don't have their far save unit, I can use Atri to pick them apart. And so by pulling her back here, I can dance with the Azura, giving her that extra movement, and now she threatens the center area. And for some reason they just walk in and let me have their dancer. I'm not sure exactly why. Now obviously they do position correctly using Duo Dagger's Pathfinder here. And this allows Erica to come down here. And what I did here is I just applied the duo skill there to get rid of some of that speed and attack. And apply that guard so I can safely move Ike into position. There really weren't any specials I was afraid of, as they're all like not really pre-charged and they're low cooldown. And what they do here is, if you notice, they can't kill Ike. This is amazing. This is a plus 10 Ingrid. Look at this speed. 50 speed, 7 here, 3... It's like 19 and another 6 here. Like, that's a very fast Ingrid, 75 speed Ingrid. She can't take out Ike. And what they do is essentially is put Ingrid right here to block, so I can't kill these 2 units right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move Athune out the way so that I can get some more support in. They're going to hit Athune. Somehow she still survives though, which is amazing considering she doesn't have DD4. But the thing is, Duo Dagger doesn't have a way to get buffs. So there's the dance. And there goes Ike. So this is the best part. Ike just literally, you just dance Ike, and thanks to Ashe being amazing, I can just teleport over and take out Erica. And then Ashe comes in, and because of her auto double, she can just take out Ingrid, and that is the match. So you're probably thinking, hey Oblivion, you fixed your teams, right? And the answer to that is no, because I'm stupid. So I was so like hyped up off winning that I just kept playing. And I didn't get to use Duo Ike here. They banned him. But we have plus 2 Fallen Elgard and Ashe, plus 10 Baby Innis, Henriette for the far save, and Atri. So when it came to this team, I immediately knew that Henriette just isn't sturdy enough to take on Duo Chrom. Duo Chrom's gonna like just blow her up instantly. And so what I do here with this opening is I play very aggressively. Essentially, I get Dimitri right here, and as you notice, I'm running Odd Tempest. Now typically I would run Times Pulse so that I have Vital Astra always up, but with Duo Chrom I can get Vital Astra up on that first turn. Now on follow-up turns he doesn't always have it up, which is bad, but the whole point of this strategy is to play very aggressively on turn 1. And by repositioning Hector here and having reposition on him, and having Eminence on Dimitri, I can do this cool play. Now, Dimitri is just controlling this whole center area. And so they really can't afford to get into the box, as he can hit essentially everywhere. And Edelgard is their only way to block him from just demolishing the team immediately. And what this lets me do is it lets me control the center and set up for the next turn. What I immediately noticed was that there wasn't Eminence going on here. And so what I assumed is that is the debuff captain skill. So I spread my units out. So I made sure I wasn't getting debuffed. I set up Duo Core in here so that she can now engage on the middle of the map if she needs to. And I really wanted to go in here. So Dimitri can go in here and just like destroy this team essentially. But I wanted to make sure the team was set up correctly and not overextend and just kind of have to rely on Dimitri surviving. So I decided to wait a little bit longer. And there we go. That's perfect. They move Edelgard up, letting me get the free kill on Henriette. And then I just popped a duo skill here to make sure the team is as sturdy as possible, as they're going to get a move first. And I just need Duochrome to live from one of Edelgard's attacks, which he doesn't. But that's fine. It didn't really matter that much because Corrin just completely destroys her. And now Dimitri has free reign to just completely annihilate the team. Throw Ashe in the way to block, but Corrin's just going to destroy her. And that's pretty much GG, as now Dimitri can just kill the rest of the team. So very, very interesting play. So here we go. Next duo Ike match. And like I said, I am stupid and didn't realize I hadn't made the changes. I actually realized the second I got into the banning phase. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. So I'm in a terrible position yet again. And the enemy team has a +4 Summer Freya. Very interesting build to go for all the defense res solos, just making her extremely sturdy. Then we have a +10 Fallen Robin far saving. Elamine for support. Brave Erica. Now this is interesting, right? Brave Erica is the matchup that Duo Ike needs to be able to at least go even on. He cannot lose this matchup. And that is why I have attack speed Unity here. Because she does usually have attack speed menace, right? And so if he gets hit by that, it's pretty much a loss because he's going to get destroyed. He's going to lose too much speed and she's going to be able to kill him. So attack speed Unity allows me to just completely flip that match on her, as well as having a low attack speed makes sure that she doesn't get those buffs. So we're going to see how this goes. They're going to just set up their team. I'm going to do my usual bad opening because I don't have the correct positional skills. So I have to dance Duo Ike here to get Ike into position where he needs to be, which just sucks. And as you can see, Ashe is just left way back here, and this is because my opening is messed up. There goes the duo skill, removing that hardy fighter off of Fallen Robin. And now we are at the standstill, and this is what Ike does pretty well. Ike can kind of just sit here and block things. He's really good at blocking things, just getting in the way, stopping the enemy team from getting past him, as well as providing that also necessary duo skill support. So essentially they're just going to set up, but then they leave their dancer out, so I take that free kill. And I know there's a chance that my Athun will die here. That was something I very much calculated. But the thing is that their team doesn't really have many ranged threats, right? They really only have Elamine, and she's not really doing anything. She doesn't even have Wrathful Staff. So I didn't really care if she died all that much. It was more important for me to take out the dancer so that I could use that extra action as leverage against them. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go in and dance. They don't have a dancer anymore, so they really can't do anything there. I get the kill on Freya. Apply that Panic Smoke. And that Panic Smoke is just going to cripple Brave Erica. Her attack speed menace now is working against her, and she really can't fight Ike anymore. Now, she does get the free kill on Azura, obviously. I left that out, but it doesn't really matter anymore, because now Ike just runs in and murders their team. There's nothing they can really do anymore. Once again, Ike just, see, Once again, Ike just really can't be taken down here, which is an amazing feeling. And even though he's all alone with none of his effects going off, Erica still can't kill him because of all these debuffs. And honestly, that feels pretty good. So let's go ahead and jump into the next one. I'm pretty sure after this one, I fixed my team. I was so mad at myself. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. And we are back to the Dimitri team. So let's go ahead and check out the enemy team. We have a Peony, +5 Not, +10 Duo Corrin, +10 Brave, or +10 Legendary Marth, and a +10 Brave Edelgard. Now the interesting thing about this team is that they are running near save and not far save. And the second I saw that, I kind of felt like I had already won, to be honest, which is, you know, definitely a cocky thing to think, but I knew that I could take advantage of that. The really only threatening thing here is Legendary Marth, and I knew that. So I knew that I needed Legendary Marth. I needed my Legendary Dimitri to kill Legendary Marth, and I knew that Corrin could take out this Edelgard quite easily. So I kind of played around that. So they immediately come in with their Corrin. They're gonna come down in Dancer. That and up. So this is a very interesting move, right? Because technically I could have went in there, but because of the near save, I really couldn't do much against Edelgard. And so once they moved Corrin down, they really didn't have a way to threaten me anymore. And so I knew I could bring Chrom up to the front, as there's no one who can kill him. Marth can't reach, Edelgard's not going to be able to do it, and Corrin can't really kill him. I don't know if Corrin could kill him normally, but Brave Hector is there to protect him. So lets me do that. They bring in Not, but I gotta go first. And that means Corrin is dead. Now that Corrin's gone, there's not really much that they can do against Brave Hector, even though they do get the kill on Duochrome. But I'm just gonna get the revenge kill here, take out Not. Here they come with Edelgard. I'm gonna bring Corrin up to support. There's the dance on Legendary Marth, who is quite scary because he has all those buffs going. And as you can see right here, he actually outsped Dimitri. But even so, even though Dimitri has none of his solos active, he still survived. And that just shows you how good he is. And then I just move up, take out their Farsaver. And then I'm going to back up. Now, unfortunately, the way they positioned was very intelligent. So I had to bring Corrin up here to take out Edelgard. And what that means is they get a free kill with Marth. I don't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest, though. I needed to save Dimitri. And Corrin's really not going to do much against Marth anyway because he does have distant counter and he's just like completely stat stacked. He's just completely losing that matchup. So I thought it was okay as long as I got rid of Edelgard so I could use Dimitri to fight against Marth. Because that near save was keeping him from being able to do that. So now I can just reposition, they go for the dance, and I done the math, and there goes Marth. And that's pretty much GG at this point. There's nothing they can do. Okay, now we're jumping into the next match. Once again, so pretty much the only reason why I'm playing with Dimitri so much is because Duo Ike is banned every single time. Unfortunately, they kept banning him. So I didn't get as much Duo Ike play as I wanted to, though I did get quite a few good matches. Essentially, I saw this banning phase, and I knew that they were going to play this team, and I saw the Fjorm, and I was like, okay, Fjorm's just dead to Chrom, so I don't have much to worry about there. They do have their own Chrom, Winter Lysithea, once again, Brave Erica. Very interesting chill speed res too. I'm not really sure what that was supposed to be doing. I guess it's supposed to help out Lysithea. And then Duo Peony. And so I'm just going to do my typical opening here. Bring in Dimitri, charge his special up, and get ready to get into that square. Looks very safe right now, and then surprise, here comes Dimitri. So the second they did this, I was like, okay, I'm in position to kill here. And I knew they were going to have to do something. Luckily, that trace skill on Lysithea saved them, because if they didn't have that, Lysithea was dead, and I would have applied the smoke all over here, getting rid of his special, and just kind of crippling their entire team. So that trace skill saved them a ton. But either way, I'm going to control the block now and get those 2 points, which are so important. And I can even move Dimitri up aggressively, because Brave Hector is there to protect him. So they're going to pop their duo skill. What that's going to do is just pretty much make it difficult for me to go all in, right? Because I can go in and kill here, absolutely, with Dimitri. I just need to get him a little bit closer, right? Not that big of a deal. But the problem is, if I do that, it's like really overextending, and Dimitri's pretty much fighting the entire team by himself. So what I decided to do was just wait. Because Dimitri actually wins this matchup. He completely murders Fjorm. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait. Wait it out, wait for the duo skill to run off. And what I did here is I waited until they only had one more action to bring up Chrom. Because what they could do, right, is Chrom has eminence. So if they bring Chrom here, then they can just run down, right? They can get Erica like down into here and kill because of the eminence here. So what I waited to do is that I have one action. So now if they move Chrom up here, that's their turn. And I get to go first and I can just murder. So now it's cool. I have control of the middle. I have Chrom into an aggressive position where I can aggress onto the enemy team. And there goes Fjorm. Applying that debuff all over. And because they don't have the duo skill, that's not helping them. They're going to pop the bonus doubler on my Lysithea because she does not get the kill on Dimitri. And now I'm able to position Hector. So now he is completely safe. And that is checkmate. So you can see the strategy is very good if you can aggress on the enemy team. Got some more legendary Dimitri play. Honestly, legendary Dimitri is just like become such an amazing unit with Vital Astra. Now this enemy team is pretty interesting because it is quite aggressive with the legendary Sigurd to give the extra movement to Erica, who can just run in and completely destroy a lot of things. Then we also have Henriette as the far save. I'm never really afraid. If I see Henriette or Fjorm, I'm like pretty much okay with it. And we have Elamine here for the damage reduction, which is kind of interesting considering that these two units are so mobile. She's going to have a difficult time keeping up. But they do find a way to kind of make it work. So here I go. Same opening as usual. And as you can see, that opening is... Look how much range he has now. He can just control the center typically. But to be honest, I'm just not afraid. Because Dimitri is amazing. So I can just throw Dimitri in there. If they want to throw their Sigurd at Dimitri, they are more than welcome. But they decide not to. And so the second I see that they are not going to take that attack, probably because Sigurd loses, I'm just like, well, this is free, this is a free territory. So I'm just going to rush in immediately. Destroy Sigurd, apply the debuff. So now she no longer has that speed. And that's the thing about Brave Erica. Brave Erica is an amazing unit, but she needs to double. She doesn't double. She just doesn't do that much. And honestly, I don't think Moonbow Quick Impulse is that great either, as you can find ways to just turn it off, either through like a Pulse Tie or Duo Ike, one of the reasons why he's so good. So I do think you just do need to run speed here. But they just can't do anything to Dimitri anymore. Henriette comes in and just pokes him, giving him that Vital Astra. I don't think that was actually the best idea, but it is what it is. I end my turn early so I can make sure that I get the first attack. And I'm just going to take out Erica, as she's the only unit that has a chance against Dimitri. Apply those smokes again, crippling the enemy team. They pop him again. Not enough to kill him, though. And that is it. So literally my team pretty much did nothing except for Dimitri and Hector. Dimitri pretty much 1v5'd, and that's always an amazing feeling. Okay, we're back to the duo Ike maps. So my enemy team is running Legendary Azura, which is a very good dancer. You see the buffs running there, which I was pretty happy to see. Because the thing is, with all of these tactic buffs, if you look at their HP, Fjorm is the only one with high HP, 53. And my Legendary Azura has no sudden panic, and she's at 51 HP. So that means that anyone who's getting essentially next to each other and has these buffs is getting panicked. And that's a good feeling. So now I have my correct opening. And as you can see, Duo Ike does that. We get the dance right here. And what this is going to let me do is it's going to let me control the center. So I'm just going to pull Ike right into there. Now I am threatening Atri, and they have to immediately pull Atri back, which just completely gives up the center area. Technically, they have Erica here who can go in to an extent, but I'm able to now freely move my units into position and get those 2 points. I love Duo Ike. This is what I'm talking about. People are like, Brave Erica just kills Ike, and that's true. If she doubles, she kills Ike. But there are ways to get around that. Like, obviously, my merges are playing a big factor in that, but also attack speed. Unity is a great way to flip that matchup up. Low attack speed to take away the buffs. Panic to cripple any kind of buster running on Erica. And as you see, Ike can just completely destroy her if he's given the chance. So they're going to move Ash up to block me. I move in, get that far save back on Ike, as well as giving him what he needs to ensure that he doesn't die. As he moving up allowed him to make sure that he has that damage reduction and that NFU. And that's going to be GG. And, you know, anytime Ike kills Brave Erica, I'm happy with the match. Okay, we have yet another Brave Erica. As you can see, she's quite popular. Okay, so this was the only time where I was kind of nervous about using Duo Ike. I had seen the teams during the banning phase, and I knew that they were going to run this team. I knew 100%. The other team looked so weak, I knew that they were going to pick this one. And I picked Duo Ike team, and I'm not sure exactly why. I was kind of considering that Byleth was here, and I knew that he was going to have his pre-charge special, so I kind of wanted to have a way to deal with that. But when I thought about it a little bit more, like having 2 frontline blue units is a bit scary, especially when they have triangle attack to help them out, as that will pretty much smash through Ike no matter what. And this is a very invested team, as you can see. Plus 10s pretty much everywhere. I think it actually is literally everywhere. So I was like, I probably should pick Dimitri here. But that was me underestimating Duo Ike. A mistake I will not be making again. So we're just going to get into position here. I'm going to have Atri being the threatening one this time, as I really don't want Duo Ike to control the center quite yet. And this is the problem with Pirate Surgeon. Atri just completely destroys him. And so now I have a giant advantage here, right? I have their far save unit down. And what they do here is they very smartly decide to get Byleth to have the extra range, because they assume correctly that he will be able to kill a Dune, right? And this is why Duo Ike is amazing, because he can just apply his duo skill. And while it does turn off Byleth's special, what's really good about it is that it also applies guard. It gives those debuffs to attack and speed. And that's actually essential, as what this is going to do is keep Byleth from getting his special on these attacks, because he is going to be able to hit twice. There's the 1 and the 2, but because he has guard applied, he didn't get the rupture or the Sublime Heaven on the second hit, which would have killed Athena 100%. So Duo Ike enabled that to happen. And what that does is I just immediately end turn as Byleth is out in the open, and I can just get a free shot on him, and he is dead. I move up into position to have Atri be danced again. And now I can just take control of the center. I'm not really afraid of Bridal Catria at all. She's not going to do anything to Ike. And that is GG. So that is the power of Duo Ike, I think, best explained. Like, not only can he be a very powerful frontliner, but his support is just absolutely stupid. His duo skill really does have more effects than you imagine. You kind of just always think of the -2, the special cooldown. But the fact that it also applies guard and the minus attack and speed is massive. So it's actually much more powerful than people are giving it credit for. And I do think Duo Ike is going to be able to have a major effect on the SDR meta. The question becomes, like, how much investment do you need to make Duo Ike able to do that? And I think it's a decent amount, to be fair. So let's go ahead and jump into the last replay, where I get to use my last other team. And as you can see, they banned both the Dimitri and the Ike team. So I essentially had the Nana team or this team to choose from. And I feel like this team's actually pretty good. The big weakness is Tiki, as she's only +1. And there's essentially no investment here, as you can see. So the way I built this team is to be very, very aggressive, and that is why Bridal Catria is here. She offers that movement positioning, as well as a lot of power. On the enemy team, we have a +10 South with a Courtly Fan plus Wind Sweep effect. We have a +4 Regan, very scary, +1 Atri, the Henriette, and a Tamari Tethys. So with this opening, I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to use to get Yuri up in there so that I can control the center area. And then I can go for a very powerful play here, as they don't have anyone active in their opening area. And I know that Yuri can probably kill Henriette. What I can do here is I can very aggressively position Yuri. And then if they dance and I don't want to make that trade, I can just position Yuri down here where he is safe. Now, as you can see, that's what's going to happen here. I definitely had the kill on Henriette, but I decided it was better to play safe. And then what I do here is I just end my turn, because I know they can't do anything, and I need the first action. So even though Azura's way out the way, it doesn't matter, because Yuri's going to be able to just kill Henriette and then take advantage of that trench to back all the way up. Tiki dies, that's fine. What Tiki's pretty much there for. She's pretty much a sacrificial lamb, so I can make sure that my team can do everything. And then I'm going to just protect Yuri now. There's the dance. There's the dance on Yuri. And this is why I love Alm. This is why I love Brave Alm right here. I would love to see Legendary Nana take that hit. Because guess what? She's not. So I do lose the 2 points there, so we are back to being tied. But I do have the first turn, and that's what matters. So Alm's just going to come in, completely annihilate Atri. He is low on HP. But once again, Brave Alm just takes the hits. And Brave Alm's just a complete monster. I think people completely underestimate how bulky this unit really is, right? He's debuffed here, but he has 48 defense. And then another 10 in his weapon. Plus speed-based damage reduction. Like, he's extremely tanky. And that is what makes him so powerful, because you can use him as a frontline unit like this. This isn't something that Nana can do. Nana blows things up very effectively, and she does have that Kanto to get out. She's an amazing unit, and I was using her on my other team, even though I didn't use it in SDS. She does a great job. But I love Alm because Alm can do this right here. And this is what you need a lot of times. You need a frontline unit who can take hits. So those were my matches for SDS, and overall they went extremely well. I went perfect, no losses at all, destroyed all my enemies, even some close matchups, and even though I made some big mistakes with my skills in those first 2 duo Ike matches. Overall, I enjoyed this event a ton, and having so many different teams was a ton of fun. Unfortunately, I had to kind of throw Duo Dagger on this team, so she didn't really get used much, and that's probably why this team got banned a bit too, which ended up working out. But I do think SDS is really fun just because of the veto system and how unique you can make 4 different teams. Though obviously it takes a ton of investment and you need a really deep barracks to make the most of this. I think the best way usually is just to make a bait team. Though I did enjoy having 4 teams obviously. So let's go ahead and check the standings real quick. As you can see, rank 1, and then among my friends did amazing. I'm so proud of them. Audra, FTP, Lord Luck, Arya, oh my, everybody's up here. Joel, Saki, Riven, oh my gosh, just everybody hitting rank 1, so it feels really good. Acris, Yuri Bird just barely missed it. Oh, Yuri Bird is I don't know how Yuri Bird didn't hit it, because Yuri Birds, they are just amazing. Like, they are such a good player. I was practicing with them unintentionally in normal SD, and they were destroying my teams. I did get a win off them, but it was always very close. Johan, nice, good job. Bloom, and then the King of the Pirates themselves, Gold D. Roger, of course, because who else is going to be amazing at SD other than the King of the Pirates? If you want more SD content, make sure to let me know in the comments down below and what kind of content you would like, if it would be team building or matchups or anything like that. Also, if you do need help with Summoner Duels, make sure to join the Faeology Discord. Me and Joel are pretty much over there all the time, trying to give out some advice and also just getting to test a lot of stuff. There's just so much information in that Discord that will be invaluable in your SD runs. This has been Oblivion, and I'll catch you all later with more Fire Emblem Heroes.